Okay, guys, what's happening? It's time to talk about fucking Toriko. Once
Hey,
again.
wait, hold on, hold on. I thought you were straight. Why do you want to fuck Toriko?
Well, I have something to announce to all of you people, and that is that I'm hungry.
uh, but anyway, so yeah, once again, Toriko has produced a chapter that is providing us with so much information all at once.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that we'll learn end game, a lot of end game related stuff, but it's still way too unsure as to whether or not he's trying to speed this up or not. Because now, I mean, it's now. I mean, before they were trying to play it off as, oh, he's possibly actually like revived already, but in this chapter it was confirmed that he can't be fully revived until God appears and he eats it. So it again brings back the question: how are they going to keep Akasha from God when it appears long enough for them to consume the entire full course and get center, which apparently they need to do after they obtain the others
Mm-hmm.
piece. So it's still quite a very large issue.
Uh-huh.
So then we have the fact that it popped off 7 more of those, I guess you could say, pimple ball things, and shot them to areas, 2 to 8 presumably, since he's already in area 1,
Mm-hmm.
to start eating. Are they going to directly go after the full course items? Who knows? But one of them, the only one we've seen actually see land is the one that lands in Bambina's territory. And even though it doesn't look like it landed anywhere near Bambina, Bambina already knows it's there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going now. If we actually get to see the fight between Bambina and this beast, it'll be a true testament to see how strong Akasha truly is.
Yeah.
Because if one of these little pieces can get easily destroyed by an 8 king, then he's not as strong. I mean, he's still way too overpowered, but he's not as far out of reach as I would think we originally were led to believe. Or at least that's how I feel. But it would be. I mean, I don't think any of the 8 kings will lose, but anything is possible. This is Toriko.
Yeah.
There's some crazy stuff. Like, for all we know, this blob thing might turn around and speed blitz Bambina.
Right.
And you could have a friggin' appetite energy, I guess you'd say, which key blast type competition, like in DBZ, where they fight to see whose energy beam is stronger.
Uh-huh.
So, we didn't get to see the other ones land, but I'm pretty sure they're probably also preparing to try and fight the 8 King.
Yeah.
Possibly. I don't know how the one thing's gonna find anything in Area 6.
Right.
Especially with the friggin' and how... Now, how would the snake lose? How could the snake be eaten by this thing? Because Mother Snake is so big.
There's no way. It can't. It's not gonna.
And being a snake, that's all muscle.
Yeah.
And Whale King Moon, he's a friggin' black hole. How can you beat a black hole?
The Whale King will probably just wreck its face.
Not wreck it. Just be like black hole on, and it just gets crushed by the infinite gravity of the black hole.
Thing is ridiculous.
Now, Akasha that goes and pulls Houdini on us and disappears into the back channel. Rest or hide, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jiro shows up and he's like, I came here to kill Akashia. But first, what do you, after everything you Blue Nitro have done, what is your true goal? Oh yeah, we're reviving Neo so he can be at his full power when we destroy him. What?
Yep.
Seriously?
Yep.
You are bringing it back to life so you can kill it.
Yep, they need to seal it so that F can never come back again.
Because gourmet demons can keep coming back.
Yep.
It would just takes a new host. So
if we look at it in that respect, wouldn't it be more like intuitive to help the Blue Nitro, like for Jiro and all them to help them? Because wouldn't they want to help seal it? Because they don't want that thing to eat the planet either.
So and so that means the Blue Nitro have been cooking the Earth and have been causing havoc all over the planet
to save it. The fuck?
And both the Gourmet Corp and IGO are now sort of working together to stop the destruction of Earth. So, as far as we know right now, all three sides are trying to stop Akasha from destroying the Earth, but all three sides are fighting each other.
Wow.
What?
That sounds surprisingly realistic.
All three have the same exact goal, but they don't want to work together. Or they don't think... Like, it makes no sense. You know, they should all be working together, collect Akasha's full course together, all enjoy it so they all can be super powered up so they can defeat Akasha.
Mitsutoshi's been reading history lessons. Oh my gosh.
It's just so ridiculous about an idea that these, like, why? It's like, it's an infinite amount of why. Why go against them? Why would the Blue Nitro go against the four Heavenly Kings and the Gourmet Corp if, at this point, they all have the same goal?
There has to, I think either there has to be something else because we do know that they've done shady things in the background, like they've had all the Red Nitro as slaves and shit like that, like.
And they've done experiments on humans.
Yeah.
So are they really going to tell us that all of that was to find a way to seal Akasha forever or Neo forever?
Right. Yeah. Unless they're just looking to have everything for themselves in the end as well. In which case,
it actually could make sense because if they want to seal away Neo so he could never return and threaten their control over Earth.
Yeah.
And they want so then that still means we have two sides.
Mm-hmm.
Neo, the organization, versus the IGO, represented by the four Heavenly Kings and the chefs, and the Gourmet Corp, currently represented by Midora and
a shit ton of chefs.
And Starjun.
And all their chefs they kidnapped that are still with them.
Yeah, that still never makes sense. Like, they kidnap them and they're still holding on to them, even though now their goal... I mean, he still wants to get God, but I don't think Midora is trying to, take control of all the ingredients anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I don't know. It seems the whole sides thing seems very, very confused at this point. Ever since the end of the freaking
Cooking festival.
Yeah, the festival.
It's like, who's on whose side, and, who's working with, what sides are working together, what sides aren't working together. It's like, and so, now, if Neo's goal is to destroy Akasha or Neo and seal it, what does that have to do with Joa? Mm-hmm. What is Joa's goal? Is Joa's goal to help revive Neo so Neo can eat the Earth? Or is he on the side of the Blue Nitro and are trying to seal it away.
I mean, I would say more. I would say based on the conversation she it had with Midora, I would say she it is more on the side of Akashia at this point, because he was talking about like how
Akashia revived him personally for some reason.
Yeah, how Froze didn't like Akashia's goal, and so she refused to come back, and so this one came back and
her stead.
Yeah, basically.
So it's still very iffy. It's the same thing we were saying before. These whole side thing is kind of confusing because for the longest time everyone believed that Tepe was on the side of Joa Neo, but apparently he wasn't. He wasn't at all.
Unless something happened like on the level of Zaus, where his taste change got like revoked by
but
something.
How? What could have possibly done it?
I mean, I don't think Toriko hit him with anything substantial when they briefly scrapped, did they?
No, well, no, because remember, it was presumed that he crushed Komatsu's heart and revived it immediately on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
So that means he would have had to have been somehow brought back during the time skip.
Yeah, I guess so.
So maybe, I don't know.
Time delay? I don't know.
No, because, I mean, we don't know. Tepe, at the time of the Cooking Island arc, was fairly newly born, I guess you could say. Taste changed.
Mm-hmm.
But the other ones, presumably, have been under Joa's control for a while.
Yeah, I guess.
Just laying low, waiting for the time to strike.
Mm-hmm.
So
we still don't know where that one guy is. The one guy that was in the IGO that killed all those guys in the room.
Oh, that guy? I don't know.
He hasn't showed up yet.
No.
I'm waiting for somebody to kill that fucker.
Because was he also was he a double agent, or was he also have his taste changed?
It was never
stated.
No, it was never confirmed whether or not. But
confirmed or denied.
Because he just like killed everybody in the room and just left. And they're like, oh yeah, he's part of Neo. And they're like, what? This motherfucker, this flamboyant motherfucker was a Neo agent all this time?
And then there's that whole idea about all the rich people, rich snobby businessmen being the core members of Neo or something. And
oh yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. So they're supporting a plan for the Earth to be eaten, thus their death, unless they already knew something.
I guess.
Like, maybe they have been working on a spaceship to escape the Earth or something, and there's a colony on. Because I don't know if this was just in the anime, but when we first got introduced to Ume, and you saw him coming back from space travel.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that was just an anime, if that was in the manga or not.
I don't know.
But that means that it's even becoming even more and more possible that we're going into space. But the question still remains, how and why? I mean, are they literally going to just say, hey, look, the Earth gets destroyed? Do you realize how many important characters are on that planet? Too many for them to conveniently all get off the planet.
Right.
Especially since they're not all together.
Right.
So it'll be kind of like, okay, so now what? You're going to defeat a Neo in space for what? If he's already destroyed Earth, there's nothing to fight for. That's why I don't think if they go to space, it won't be because the Earth's been destroyed. It'll be for, I don't know, maybe chase after Neo or something, or some other threat we don't even know about.
Or that farthest kitchen or whatever it was.
No.
Or whatever. What was it?
Farthest kitchen at the end of the universe or something?
Yeah, something like that was supposedly not on the Earth.
Possibly.
I don't know.
Especially since one of those mini Neos was sent in, flying into space by Jiro.
Yeah.
But speaking of Jiro, who the hell is he? Or should we say, what the hell is he?
Yeah.
Because we knew he had to remove his seal in order to showcase his full power, but not only did he do it in the most metal way possible by friggin' piercing his own body to get to it, it just doesn't make any sense. What is, is he a beast that was given human form through seals? Or was he some sort of gourmet demon? Or what? Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
Like, what? So, he's about to go ham on the Blue Nitro, even though, again, they all seem to be having the same goal.
Right.
Now, one very important piece of detail was given by the Blue Nitro, and that was pretty much a detailed map as to what part of the body, Gourmet Demon's body, they'll get in correlation with which ingredient of Akashic Full Force to eat. Obviously, as we already know, Pear and Air were the arms. I think it was Earth and Atom with the legs, I think. Center was like literally like the center of the human body.
Yeah, I think the heart.
No, I think it was like in this legitimate center.
Mm-hmm. God
tongue
was the brain.
Yeah, the tongue. Yeah, God was brain. Another was tongue.
I think News is one of the.
Is like legs. No. I think Earth and Atom were the legs. I think News was the torso minus this actual center of the torso, which was center.
Oh yeah.
I think
so. I'll look it up while we're talking.
So with keeping that in mind, so now we know which ingredients will correlate to what. So since another unlocks the power of the tongue, what in the world would that mean if the insanely powerful master of hungry space were to Earth and News.
Atom is the
torso. The torso with you're right. Center is the heart. News and Earth are the legs. God is brain. Another is tongue.
Yeah. There you go.
And we also have. They brought the whole idea of the golden cookware brought up again because it's apparently they need to not seal him in a golden pan. Which I guess kind of makes sense since we just got done talking about how golden cookware is needed to cook the another and various other food from the spirit realm, spirit world, whatever.
Yeah.
So, we're getting more and more information that feels like we're gonna finally get back to Area 6, but how much longer until we get back to Area 6? No idea.
Yeah, at this point it's just too hard to tell.
So, with keeping all of that in mind, especially since I don't know if that was a translation error or not, but if one Nitro was like, oh, the Gourmet Eclipse is a few days away. So I'm like, wait a minute, if it's a few days, what happened to a month? Right. I mean, I know it, at best, it's maybe been like a couple of days since they left Area 7, but maybe a week at best. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that much. They should still have at least like 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks maybe.
Yeah.
Unless for some reason after he eats God, they'll still have time maybe. Who knows? We don't have any explanation. There's just, it's confusing because we need more information to give us more details about what actually is going on and how much time we actually have left. But at the same time, that's giving us that information would deviate from, the story of what's going on in the various areas with the main characters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, do we want to continue with this, or do we want to go back to Area 6, finish that, finish the other areas, and then get back to this to find out the rest of the information? I mean, Mitsutoshi could just easily finish Area 6, come back here for a little bit, do Area 5, come back for a little bit, Area 4, just
Mm-hmm.
give us some updates, like, okay, because, I mean, based on how much information is given, there's a good chance, even I'm leaning towards the side of he's not trying to speed it up, mainly because there's just so much information that's being laid out that for it to all be properly dealt with would take way too much time, especially since the four Heavenly Kings are nowhere near Akasha's level yet.
Right.
I mean, it's at this point it's presumed that Akasha might even be strong enough to take on all 8 kings at once.
Right.
So if that's the case, each of the four Heavenly Kings are going to have to be at least 8 king level if they want to stand a chance at defeating Akasha.
Right.
The one with the greatest chance is Toriko. Not just because he's the main character, but because he has 2, possibly 3 gourmet demons inside of him.
Mm-hmm.
So, which could make for a very interesting battle. So, overall, I'd have to say another amazing chapter of Toriko.
Hell yeah.
And so, just can't wait to see what he gives us for next week.
Yeah, amazing chapter.